What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Andrew here, the Tech Genius. Today we're going to be taking a look at Apple's latest and greatest, the iPhone 7, courtesy of Verizon Wireless. Overall, the iPhone 7 looks very similar to its predecessors, which came in the form of the iPhone 6 and iPhone 6S. There are a few noticeable changes, such as the antenna lines blending in on the matte black and jet black finishes. The antennas are now located at the top and bottom of the device, rather than creating a rectangle on the back of the phone, and are colored to blend in with the two black variants. They remain a neutral gray on the silver gold and rose gold models, however, which Apple says is due to limitations on what you can color them without interfering with their capabilities. And yes, you heard that right, there are two different types of black iPhones now. One is a soft metal and the other has a glossy finish on it. Just as fair warning though, the jet black iPhone is extremely easy to scratch. Cases are a must-have with this. Both variants feel great in hand, so ultimately your decision should be based on aesthetic. The iconic home button no longer moves. It's not an actual button anymore, but rather a stationary pressure-sensitive component, making it more durable compared to previous generations of iPhones. While you will notice this when you use the new device for the first time, it is very easy to get used to, in part thanks to the taptic engine, which gives you a slight buzz as feedback every time you push the button. There are three options for how strong of a reaction you get, ranging from a soft vibration to a hard one. This new engine works great when you're holding the device in your hand, but it is still a little bit strange when the phone is on a flat surface such as a table. It feels almost as if you are pushing the entire portion of the device under the display, rather than just the button. The taptic engine has been implemented in other ways as well. When opening the notification center, for example, you will get a slight bounce feeling that adds real-world velocity to the on-screen actions. As a whole, this is a major step forward for technology, especially when compared to Android devices' current haptic feedback systems. Unfortunately, however, Apple says that the iPhone 6S will not be receiving these new features, even though it has its own taptic engine on board. Gone are the days of fretting about getting your phone wet. The iPhone 7 has gotten the necessary certifications to be considered water resistant, though it is not quite waterproof. Some water on the exterior of the phone due to rain won't harm it, but it is not advisable to completely submerge the device for extended periods of time. Part of what made Apple able to take this final leap to water resistance is their now infamous decision to remove the headphone jack. No more can you plug any set of headphones that you own into your device. Instead, you will need either a wireless headset or a pair that connect through your Lightning port. It is the latter of these which ships with the phone. Every iPhone 7 comes packaged with a pair of Lightning earpods, in addition to a Lightning to 3.5mm dongle, which allows you to plug any headphones you already own in. Other than easier water resistant, the missing headphone jack does bring one major improvement to the device. Listening to music on your device itself has become more realistic thanks to a new set of stereo speakers. At first glance, it appears as if both speakers are on the bottom of the device, but this is not the case. The grill on the bottom left is actually a vent. One of the two speakers is located where it always has been, at the bottom right of the phone, and the other is sneakily also placed where it's always been. The earpiece is now a full volume speaker. Audiophiles will still want to hook up to a nice Bluetooth speaker, but for day-to-day use with games and movies, it is a definite improvement. Apple's new flagship device brings with it noticeable improvements to the display. Rather than focusing on increasing the pixel density to create 2K or 4K displays, as many phones have done, Apple instead focused on changes that you will feel. More colors have been added to its range, and saturation has been digitally increased, making everything on screen feel warmer and more vibrant. Most apps don't take advantage of the new wider color range just yet, however you can easily spot the difference when comparing photos on the display of the iPhone 7 to that of the iPhone 6S. Photo quality has increased as well thanks to this wider range of colors. Not only can the display show them, the camera can capture them. Apple has also addressed the camera bump, users' second biggest complaint about the design of the iPhone 6 and iPhone 6S, behind only the antenna lines. Rather than a rigid metal protrusion, the body now curves leading up to the camera lens. Apple has made this by far the most powerful phone on the market. Their new A10 Fusion chip has 4 cores, 2 high power, 2 low power. Low power cores use less battery life and are activated for simple tasks like browsing Facebook, while high power cores are used for apps with intense graphics, such as games. Benchmarks indicate that the phone with A10 Fusion chip on board is faster than even the iPad Pro with an A9X chip, though many people likely won't feel the difference due to the types of apps they use. In my day-to-day use of Facebook, Twitter, Slack, etc., I rarely had reason for the phone to tap into the high-power cores. Even the 2 low-power cores are an improvement, though. While performance may be matched, battery life is stretched out much longer. Once app developers begin making new games specifically for this chip, we will see its true power. Undoubtedly, the iPhone 7 is an improvement over the iPhone 6S and is a beautiful device. The battery lasts longer, the camera is better, its design is refined, iOS 10 is jam-packed with new features, and its performance is second to none. But ultimately, whether or not this device is for you comes down to one question. Do the features outweigh the inconveniences of the missing headphone jack? In my opinion, no, they do not. The primary feature of the dual camera setup doesn't ship with the phone. App developers have not yet embraced the A10 Fusion chip, wide color range, iMessage apps, Tactic Engine, or Siri commands, all of iOS 10's biggest features. And yes, the missing headphone jack is a major inconvenience when paired with a half-baked ecosystem of wireless headphones to replace it. Users are locked into Apple and Beats headphones exclusively to get the best experience, or else you will frequently be faced with the decision of charging your phone or listening to music. If you enjoy living on the cutting edge of technology and want a preview of what the iPhone 8 will be like, then by all means this is a great device, even if slightly underdeveloped. Otherwise, you are better off waiting until the next generation brings its radical changes to the market. This phone lays the foundation for the iPhone 8. It will be next year's model which actually builds on that foundation and makes a phone for the future. An unlocked entry-level iPhone 7 will cost you $649, and prices range up to $849 for the 256GB model. Yes, 256 gigabytes. All the price points have doubled their storage, meaning that the new entry level is 32 gigabytes and the max is 256 gigabytes. Thank you to Verizon Wireless for sending us this phone for a review. Be sure to check out their website and stay tuned for more content courtesy of Verizon in the coming weeks. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, leave us a comment, and check out some of our other videos. Follow us on Twitter at @TechTenius, and follow me on both Twitter and Instagram at @AndrewR727. Until next time, thanks for watching.